Hey, so here I am out on the Bruce Trail, Ontario, and it is so gorgeous out here. The trees, the snow, oh, it is so beautiful. This is the process of the journey within. This is my story. This is my thing. This is totally what I'm doing right now, is going into that closet of who I am and digging out some of that shit and throwing it out. And this is a really crazy story because this is part of the process of doing that. I had a talk with my mother. This is so personal, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. My mother and I kind of reunited. We had drifted apart. I drifted apart from my whole entire family because I ended up in a relationship with someone who turned everybody off, sadly. And now that that person is no longer in my life, everybody's coming back and going, well, we were just sitting waiting for you to get it, figure it out. And it's like, why did I make that mistake? Why did I put up with things for so long? Why did I not respect myself more, just to be in a kinder, more loving relationship where somebody is, reciprocal? And I was like, why did I do that to myself? So my mother told me a story, and she was hesitant to tell me. She's never told me before, she said, because she was too ashamed. But when I was born, I was 10 pounds, 11 ounces. Basically, she gave birth to a pumpkin. And my mother's a very small woman, very small. And back in those days, you grinned and bear it. There was shame in taking the easy way out. So she said, no, I'm just gonna natural birth. She's gonna push this pumpkin out of her. Well, I had the cord around my neck at one time, and she endured 50 hours of labor. When I finally did come out, she was so physically, emotionally, and mentally exhausted. She couldn't lift her arms when the nurse went to go put the baby on her chest, put me on her chest. And she couldn't lift her head, couldn't lift her arms. She was done. Done. And the nurse instead put me in a bassinet beside her bed. So I never had that first contact. I never had that moment of being cuddled by that woman that birthed me, my mother. So there was something missing there, because that is the moment. That is the moment when you were born, is to connect on that level. And it didn't happen for me. So I was an angry kid. I didn't do well in school. I caused a lot of problems. I got in tons of fights. I started doing everything way too early. Smoking, drinking, sex, everything. Way too early. And when I was still very, very young, because my parents didn't have any money and they were new to this country, they both had to work. So after I was born, soon after, my mother went to work. And I remember at one point in some time that my mother was driving away, and I was standing at the babysitter's house watching her car leave. And I felt, she's not coming back. That was the story in my head, that I'm being abandoned. So compounded with this lacking of the very first initial touch upon my birth, I went through my whole life feeling, I'd say, abandonment issues, lack of self-love. Because when you love yourself, you don't harm yourself. You don't put shit in your body. You don't take drugs. You don't have loose sex. You don't eat shitty food. You don't consume bad media. Because you have respect for yourself. You love yourself. And I was always missing this love for myself until the pain was so much, and I fucked up so many times, that I finally started looking inward, started on my journey, the path to self-discovery, ultimately the path to enlightenment. So here I uncovered a whole bunch of shit about myself because I could, you know, link everything together, how it all played out through my life. And I love my mother. Like, my mother, man, she's so freaking awesome. And she was doing the best she could with who she was, where she was, what she was doing. You know, I'm compassionate. I feel bad she missed that moment too. And then I put my parents through all this shit as I was getting in trouble all the time. So I have compassion for them and compassion for me because I was doing the best I could with who I was at that time too. So anyway, so life is this journey, and as we're going through the muckety mucks of this current day, as we're watching this world kind of implode or explode, all these things are starting to bubble to the surface. It's all happening. People that are idiots are now big idiots. People that are cruel are vile now. People that are kind are becoming love, and we're all starting to figure this out. You're becoming more of what you already are. It's amazing. So enjoy your journey. Enjoy your path. Stay in love. Get out in nature. Connect with it. Now we need to armor ourselves with as much as possible to stay kind and stay loving, to be compassionate, to help each other, to help our wildlife, to help the birds, the bees, the trees, and the leaves. So anyway, just want to say that if you like this and you think somebody could use some help, then share this video and like or subscribe. And I wish you all the best. Lots of love. Peace out. And George says bye too. He's out in the woods there somewhere. Love you. Bye-bye.